Insight Talk radio show was born from the need to spread the word to all who want to live the amazing life the Creator has intended for us. Reverend Janet Reynolds has 30 years of spiritual insight and experience. She has studied and taught in and outside of this country and has developed a respect for all religions, beliefs, and spiritual practices that are of God's true light. The lessons she learned are now shared every week on Insight Talk Radio. Tune in every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 for spiritual guidance, tips, and techniques to aid you in your life's journey. The show also features interesting guest phone readings, healings, and meditations.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our show, Insight. I am Janet Reynolds, your host for today. I am a spirit medium and an intuitive counselor, and Blue Feather is my guide. Topic today is going to be about 2012. So I hope everybody is really listening because quite a bit is going to happen on 12/21, 22, and 23. And the name of our show for today that we did a little bit different. We're calling it Winging It because we are going to wing it because we're going to talk a little bit about 2012, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Christmas. And our special guest today is Trish Golden, and she is a professional she was a professional in IT for 30 years. The name of her web business is Golden Light Web Creations, LLC. She is very creative in different media, and oh no, we have another artist. She's a very, very good artist, and she does quite well in social media. Trish, please tell everybody good morning. No, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Janet.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's really great to be here. I'm really pleased that you asked me to be on your show.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that you came. It makes it happen when people
Excellent.
say yes, and it makes it happen when they show up.
Oh, that's the main part, isn't it?
Yes, when they show up, it's okay. We're going to talk about 2012, like I said a few minutes ago. But before we get started, if anyone has a question or would like to tune in to what we're talking about and give us any insight or information that they have that they'd like to give to us, please call 727-597-4022. Now, Trish, what I normally do is I read from Wikipedia the topics that we're talking about.
Cool.
So I know. And they did have information out there about 2012. So it's called the 2012 phenomenon. Did I say that right?
Phenomenon. As my
Yes.
brother would say, the phenomenon.
Yeah, oh, there you go. I like that. The 2012 phenomenon. I can't do it as well, but that's okay. I'm close. So what I'd like to do is give everybody the meaning of what Wikipedia has to say. And Trish and I really do have some good information for each and every one of you on 2012. So here we go. 2012 phenomenon compromises a range of eschatological beliefs. There you go. Did I do that right?
That's a 50-cent word.
Yeah. According to which cataclysmic or transformative events will occur on 21st of December 2012. This date is regarded as the end date of a 5,125 long year cycle, and it's in the Mesoamerican long count calendar. They are a lot of big words. Various astronomical alignments and numerological formulas have been proposed as pertaining to this date. Through though none have been accepted by mainstream scholarship. So, what we're saying here is that there is going to be a form of alignment that is coming to us. So, Trish, add to that before I read the next line, please.
Sure. Uh, what I have learned, because hey, like everybody else, I go on YouTube or whatever, and I like to study metaphysics and expand my horizons along that. And of course, there's been a whole lot of talk about the 21st of December. You know, what's going on? Is it going to be like a Hollywood epic where things just blow up in your face or whatever, or is it just going to be a whimper, you know, kind of like what they perceived Y2K to be? Or, you know, is it going to be something in between?
Well, this other that they say here, this other paragraph, a New Age interpretation of this transition is that the date marks the start of time in which Earth and its inhabitants may undergo a positive physical or spiritual transformation, and that December 21st, 2012, may mark the beginning of a new era.
Well, we have been hearing from the 60s that the age of Aquarius is coming.
Well,
and you're talking about a 25-year window that happens. So, yeah, we're right on the heels of the Aquarian age, transitioning from the Piscean age, which has to do with establishments and control and fear and all that. And Aquarius has to do more with humanity and transparency, and you can't pull off a lie like you used to. You can't hide things. It's going to be quite transparent. People are going to know what's going on, and that's what the golden age is going to be. Not that it's my age, but you know, it's
right.
The golden age.
Yeah, it's probably my age. The other thing that they say here, which I find quite interesting, is others suggest that the date marks the end of the world or a similar catastrophe. Well, I don't think so. Do you?
Well, I believe that's misinterpretations of things like revelations in the Bible. It really has to do with the ascension, the transformation of people from the inside and not the outside. I think they used Hollywood really to desensitize us and to put us in a lot of fear that, oh my God, you know, the earth is going to split open and we're all going to get swallowed in. There's going to be fire and hell and brimstone and all that kind of stuff. And which makes it easy for people to deny, oh, well, you know, this is come and gone and nothing has happened. But.
Well, I think it's the same kind of fear like we said in 1999 into 2000, right?
Well, having been in IT and I knew the Y2K topic intimately, I think that there was some people over sensationalizing it, but it was going to create a lot of issues for businesses and stuff like that, because who knew that programs were going to last as long as they did, and they didn't make enough room to be able to handle years properly, so you couldn't tell whether somebody was a newborn or 100 years old, say like in the insurance industry. Yeah. So it was just going to create a lot of havoc. So a lot of good work happened during that time to make it a non-event.
But a lot of havoc happened too, but didn't it? Am I correct in saying that? Because, well, let me say this, okay? Because, you know, like, I went to Egypt at that time, 1999. I brought the new year in 1999 to 2000.
Did you walk like an Egyptian?
I did. And how does an Egyptian walk?
very two-dimensional.
Oh, thank you for sharing. No, I didn't walk like that.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't. I wore the skirt, though. How's that?
Alrighty then. Didn't have the headdress on?
No headdress. But you know what? Really, seriously, there were so many changes that they say were going to happen in the year 2000.
Yeah.
They did put a lot of fear out there, and that maybe we were even going to blow up then, and it did affect. It did have a not a good effect on a lot of different things.
It had an impact on the psyche.
Yes. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. And people didn't leave they wouldn't go anywhere. They wouldn't go out of the country, or they wouldn't travel. Let me say that way, because they were afraid
Yeah,
to.
one of the fear was that the navigational instruments, online planes, would have issues,
Mm-hmm.
which, if you don't know what altitude you are, all of a sudden you're skidding on the ground.
Yeah. Now, see,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just think that even for like today, with what they're saying that it's going to be the end of the world, I just don't feel that much fear should be put out there.
I believe that a lot of people have been working for quite a long time toward this event as well. That events that have happened, they could have had a much higher magnitude, like earthquakes and stuff could have been a much higher magnitude
Mm-hmm.
and duration.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that all of the meditation and all of the work that people have done has been able to soften the blow.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and it's like people thought that Armageddon was going to happen actually earlier than this, and I think through the work of people, it's actually pushed it off as well and smoothed it out some.
And really, that's what it's about, in a sense.
Yeah.
Higher consciousness.
Higher consciousness.
And
actually, that's what ascension is raising your frequency to a higher frequency. It makes it lighter.
Right.
Lighter.
Right. And yes, a lot of people have done a lot. There's drumming that has been going on. There's prayer circles
Absolutely.
that have been created. There's people who meet even on the beach to do the drum circles for
Sure.
2012.
Sure.
And it's really amazing how people who are already in the light, as we can say,
Mhm.
or people who already have a higher consciousness, how that they are, I'm going to say, taking the bull by the horns and doing things to make it a little bit easier for others.
Oh, absolutely. And even people that aren't quite awake yet, their higher selves are navigating them to do things too that everybody's going to ascend.
Mm-hmm.
You just may wake up a little bit later than the ones that have been working
Towards
on
it.
this, yeah, since like the 70s.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Like in the summer of life, it's like when Pluto and Neptune were doing their thing back in the 60s. They were conjunct, now they're square.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's like a renaissance, an awakening.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's definitely
well.
an awakening.
Yeah.
We can honestly say that. It really, it is an awakening. The other thing that it says here that I think is interesting is scenarios suggested for the end of the world include the arrival of the next solar maximum, or interaction between Earth and the black hole at the center of the galaxy.
Yes.
Or Earth's collision with a planet called Nibiru. There you go now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's talk about that, because that, should we mention the video that we watched?
Yeah,
Didn't that have
and-
something to do with it?
Absolutely, it did.
Okay.
And something I had run across a couple, 3 weeks ago, there's a Mayan elder, and his name is Octa. is 2 words, ACTAH. And he's been working down in Mexico, and he actually was doing some workshops up here in the States to address people and make them aware of how, from the Mayan point of view, because, hey, we're talking the Mayan calendar, right?
Exactly.
How they perceive what's going on and what's going to be happening between the 21st and 23rd. And there's a wave that's coming, and we've actually been feeling it all year anyway.
I
Because
agree.
waves, they're not digital. They it's like throwing a rock out in a pond, and you have the
ripple effect.
the ripples that come.
Yeah.
Well, the main part of it is coming. It'll be here between the 21st and 23rd.
Yes.
Which, coincidentally, there's some planetary alignments that are going to magnify what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And the effect of this wave is, like the ascension, people are going to have clarity, and the thoughts are going to come fast and furious, and it's going to be really good. And what, curiously enough, the Mayans figured this out, or the scientists. It's kind of like an eclipse, where you have a path that goes across the world, and the apex of this wave, when it hits, because it's going to crest, it's going to be between the southern U.S. and Guatemala.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I heard that too. I wrote
how
that
about
down.
that? I mean, we are sitting in the cat seat, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So what Octa has been doing down in Mexico, and they've over in Albuquerque and Taos, I believe also they were doing this. They are constructing smaller pyramids. You already have the big stone ones that the Mayans put together, thousands of years ago, and they collect energy. So the idea is they've created larger ones around the coast, because water helps hold energy or diffuse it, but it's quite useful.
I like, and I'm only going to interrupt you for a minute. When you say that they hold energy, they do hold energy, because when I went to Cancun and I went to Chichen Itza, the guide told us, for those of you who walk up and come back down that one particular pyramid, you will have energy. You will. It's like it gives you even more energy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why there's pyramids all over the world. They're at specific spots for a reason.
Yes.
But these larger pyramids are around the coast, and then inland they're doing smaller pyramids to help. They're creating a network so that when this wave comes through, they're hoping to hold on to this energy for several months. Much like an eclipse or a full moon or a new moon, it only happens for 8 minutes. Yes. And then it starts this way down.
Right.
So similarly, that's the way that this wave is going to do, because you have the revolution of the world, and you have that wave coming through. And so it's going to be an 8-minute window. So they will be doing their grid work, per se, to help hold on to and hold the space, so that it will help us transition into this new golden age. Because the clarity is like, oh my God, this is what's been going on. We know we need to do better. And this will help hold, so that it's kind of like, if people didn't hold on to this or find a way, then it would be just like a fleeting thought. It's like, oh, well, that felt good, and you go along your way. But with this, and holding on to it, it gives time to be able to create collections of people and stuff and start groups and stuff so that it can really help start cementing in the changing from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he did say something to the effect that the scientists really want to take advantage of all of this also.
Sure.
But they're not doing it the same way the Mayan Indians are.
No. It has to do with the Halcyon reactor over in Europe.
Okay.
Um,
I love it when I have these people on my show. I really do.
Man.
I hope that y'all learn as much as I do. I find it also very interesting. If you have a question, please call 727-597-4022. I'm sure Trish and or I could answer you. Now, please continue.
Or who knows?
Whoever
There's
else
so
is in
much
here.
information out there. They can add to the pot.
Well, I'm sure they could. I bet
yeah.
somebody does know a little bit more than we do.
Because oh man, there's a lot of people out there. But yeah, everything. Stretch with me for a second. Everything is energy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and energy is just frequency.
Okay.
Solid stuff is a lower frequency. Light is a higher frequency.
Okay.
So, it's like going into a party.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already a light mood.
And then it gets higher.
It will get higher. It will lift you up.
Yes.
It's the same kind of thing. Well, they're looking to take advantage of that wave, which is a higher frequency coming through, to help boost what they're doing over there.
Now we need to let them know that once more, I know you have said it, it only lasts for 8 minutes, that
Yes.
ray.
Yeah.
Now,
which 8 minutes?
well, that's true too.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. But when you and I discussed this and listening to the Mayan Indian, it's like a full moon.
Yes, it's like a full moon.
It's going to come to us on the 21st, 22nd, and the 23rd. And when we say it's like a full moon, it means you're going to have so much energy on the day before of the full moon, right?
Sure.
Or is that am I?
Well, yeah, it's like building to a crescendo.
Yes.
But it's not going to be a cliff once you get past the point either. It's going to gradually work its way back down.
Okay, but we got it. The 21st would be the energy starting. The 22nd would be the day of, like the day of the full moon, but this is the day for the ray. How about that?
Hey,
that was good, wasn't it?
Wow. Laser.
And really listening to him maybe around 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
It sounded like he was, but again, you're saying, okay, I hear that, but which time zone?
Yes.
You know,
now see, that has something
it's like
to do
because
with
you're revolving and stuff. So yeah, it's
yeah, because we have different time zones out of the country and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
So okay, so we'll just the next day
we know that that's where those 3 days is where it's going to be.
Yes.
The highest magnitude of energy coming.
Yes.
And then it's going to tail off.
And then it tails off. Yes. And that's good. Now, this is what's important about this is I'm understanding it, and I know you do too, is we're just going to say, like, on the second day, your thoughts are very important.
Absolutely.
So whatever it is that you are thinking to do, what they're saying here is put it in motion.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
It also says that it'll give us a better understanding of what was and what is now, which is really, there's so much that has happened through the year, even for you. Is that not correct?
Oh, absolutely.
And you know, yeah, and
you have to laugh.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because thanks.
You have to laugh.
Yes, you do because we don't all know why. And there's many times that I have gone through the house, and I'm going to tell y'all something that um because I don't always understand why this is happening. Why? I no sooner get through fixing one problem, there's another problem. And not understanding has a lot, according to Louise Hay, to do with our feet.
Oh, sure.
Okay? So, if for any reason someone has a problem with their feet, it's lack of understanding. So, when I was in Spain, I got a stress fracture on my left foot. So, I guess it's letting me know. I already know I don't understand, but it affected my foot.
Well, and I've also heard too is that if you don't pay attention to the signs, it will come down to a physical form. So you either knock yourself or get a stress fracture.
Yeah.
Or
hard word to say, huh?
Hard word. and dealing with the feet, it could be from moving forward on the left side. It's incoming.
Yes, and moving forward is true. It you do. Her book didn't say that though. It just said understanding. But I know that the feet and the legs have a lot to do.
And your hips. And,
yes, on moving forward,
exactly.
on making things work. In my mind, which what mind I have.
It's expansive, though.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And really, I feel that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing.
Sure.
I really do feel that way, but I guess sometimes, maybe I'm not.
Well, a friend of mine, her grandmother used to say, "Baby, if God told you everything, you'd go mess it up."
Well, I probably have messed up a few things.
So, yeah, and I find that too, is that something will happen and you don't really understand why until a little bit down the road. But if you're paying attention to the road signs as you go, it's like, oh, that's what that meant.
Yes, paying attention to the road signs.
You have to pay attention.
Yeah, so on that second day, everybody pay attention to what they're really, really thinking and what they're really wanting.
Absolutely.
So that you can understand what it is that you need to do, and then you need to put it into motion so that it does come about. I'm just sitting there that next day. I'm going to sit right there
and just listen.
I am. I'm not moving the whole day.
Well, luckily, that's Saturday.
Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's very important, though, that we really do pay attention to what's going on around us and try to get a better understanding. A good word is clarity of all of it, even though it's not that easy.
And another important thing at this point is not only do you see what's happened, but you let stuff go.
Okay. Yes.
You
let go of the old.
You have to let go of the old because it'll be like lead weights on you, and you can't move forward.
Yeah. A lot of times, a lot of us don't want to make changes.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, see, so.
But that whether you like it or not.
Yeah, here it comes. Yeah.
You have a choice. You can do it now, or you can do it in 2 days. But hey, you do have a choice.
Yeah, you do. Yes. Yes, you do. I'm one that doesn't like changes.
I don't either. But, I certainly over the last couple of years, and I think it's going to be an opportunity for us the next couple of years,
I think next year is going to be powerful because I really believe, Trish, that I have put a lot into motion. I really do.
Right.
And I feel that this whole year of everything that has happened, I feel that I have tried to make things better.
It's a preparation.
Yes, I am. I feel like I'm preparing for next year.
It's kind of like pulling the slingshot back,
Mhm. Yeah. I
and
can't
then
wait to let go.
you'll catapult. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's going to be exciting times.
And it is. So I hope everyone understands what we are trying to say to you about 2012. Have no fear. It's just
No,
really going to be very interesting. I really believe it's going to be very interesting. And for those of you who write or journal in those 3 days, write what you feel, write
Mhm.
what you hear, write what you see. I think it would be interesting because I would wager that these 3 days are going to be pretty powerful days for us.
I believe so. I
Yes,
believe so. And um, people will notice something is a little bit different.
I would hope.
You know, those that have been practicing for a long time, oh yeah, they know. But the ones that haven't and they're just going about their workaday lives or whatever, they're going to notice things are just a little bit different.
They are.
And yeah, I think that's going to build. Actually, it's going to be exciting to be on the other side of the door to see what happens.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
all picked now to be here.
Yes.
It's a party.
Yeah, it's a party.
It's a party.
Yeah, it's a party. I could go on with that one. Yeah, it's a party. That's all I'm going to say is yes, it is. It's a party. But Trish, please tell us a little bit more about you other than what I had to say in the very beginning before we go on to our next topic. But not only that, I want to talk about the axis of the earth and how it shifted. And we need to talk about Christmas.
Sure.
So, but tell us a little bit more about you.
Well, I'm from, if you can't tell from the accent, I'm from South Georgia
Mhm.
originally. Been down in Florida since '85. Um, I have been in IT. Uh, I've been in corporate for 27 of those years, and decided that to strike out on my own a few years ago. So I have a business where I create websites and I help people understand how to use the internet for their businesses and give them a little bit of coaching, do a little bit of design, um, uh, and also that's the left side of my brain.
Yes.
On the right side of my brain,
You're the artist.
I do all different kinds of media right now. I'm back into doing stained glass. I do fabric. I do woodworking. I was telling you before, a couple months ago, I laid a floor for the first time, and it went down like it was beautiful. It was great fun.
I've learned just in 10 minutes before the show started. What was it? What was the question? I told you I'm getting ready to have,
A floor put down.
yes, a floor put down. And what was it that you asked me?
I asked you if it was a floating floor, but not like it's levitating.
No, but when
It means it's not nailed down.
I know when she said a floating floor, I had to look at her. And I don't have to tell you, it is a floating floor.
Yeah.
No nails.
No nails.
No nails. I've never heard it called that before, but there are a lot of things that I honestly want y'all to know that Trish has taught me. She really has. And I will say one thing also is that she's a very good teacher, not because she's sitting next to me, but because she really is. She's very thorough in what she does. So, what is your webpage site?
My site, my company name is Golden Light Web Creations LLC, but my webpage is getgoldenlight.com.
There you go. So, for any of you that are out there and would like to talk to Trish about any kind of work that needs to be done, please do that. Now, say the website again, please.
It's getgoldenlight.com.
There you go. And mine is bluefeather.net. So www. I always say that. I think that's a habit now. And if anyone out there has a question, 727 597-4022. Please give us a call. All right. I think that's interesting about 2012. And I know that we need to go to Christmas, and I know that our time just goes so fast. And we're going to be closed down for 2 weeks, everyone. We won't be doing our talk show.
Santa Claus has to come next week.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I got to, well, I live in Safety Harbor, and every year Santa Claus comes up and down the streets on a fire truck. Yeah, in the evening, so I got to run out there.
Oh, that was nice.
On Saturday night.
And got to talk to him?
Hey, Santa Claus.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, so now he knows. I had actually moved during the year, so he knows where I live, so he can bring me all kinds of presents.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. And my grandson, oh, God love his heart, he's waiting for Santa Claus also.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you I'm waiting for him.
Well, I have to say, Santa Claus is a very smart man.
Okay.
He can find you anywhere in the world.
Yes, he can.
And I know that because 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to have Christmas in England.
Oh, that's my favorite place. One of my favorite places.
It was a blast. It was just because you have Christmas and then you have Boxer's Day.
Yes, you do.
Afterwards.
Yes.
But Santa
Explain
Claus.
Boxer Day now
well,
because, okay, go ahead.
Boxer Day. And actually we asked Angus, who was my friend's father. Mm-hmm. He wasn't really sure why it was called Boxer Day, so I had to look it up because hey, I'm funky that way, and I have to know everything, right?
Yeah.
So Boxer Day has to do with taking items, putting them in boxes so that the needy can have them.
Oh.
So that's
how about that?
Yeah, so that's what Boxer Day is, and that's why it's right after Christmas, I would suppose.
Yeah, because I don't think they exchange on Christmas Day. They do.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Do they? Oh, okay.
At least where I was.
You did, right? Yeah.
Well, it was just like it kept going and going because on Christmas, yes, we had great fun. Games that I learned.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I forget what they're called, but they're like whoppers here.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to put them on their lips and blow and see how long they could keep them up in the air.
Oh, wow.
Which was kind of fun. I
Is
had
that
fun
like
doing
blowing bubbles? Or
Well, no, it's solid. It's like Whoppers.
solid.
You know, the chocolate
Okay.
Whoppers, the malted milk ball Whoppers.
Okay.
Yeah. And
they
also,
blow bubbles?
Well, they blow them up in the air to see how long they can hold suspended.
Oh, my gosh.
So that was, it's fun little stuff like that.
I'm
and putting 8 o'clock candies on your forehead and without touching them, working them down to your mouth.
Oh, that would be interesting.
It was fun.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask my son-in-law, Beans, that he is very British, very English.
Well, he'll know what.
And he'll know what you're talking about, I'm sure. I will do that.
But after we had a wonderful spread for dinner,
mm-hmm.
then they brought the tree presents. They called them the tree presents out.
Oh, okay.
So Santa Claus actually, I know he'll find you because I had some presents from Santa Claus.
Oh, how nice.
It was great.
How nice.
And then the next day, we went and we saw the foxes and the horses.
Oh, how neat.
Or the hounds.
Yeah.
And big foxhounds. I mean, they stand pretty high at the wither. But what's interesting is they use warm blood horses.
Mm-hmm.
And they're even taller, so the dogs were able to walk under the horses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they're big horses.
They're like 17, 18 hand horses. They're tall.
Okay.
And sadly, it was okay for me. I took thermal underwear because I am from Florida, but it was cold. Snow was on the ground.
I understand.
Icy, so they didn't go. Well, it's illegal to hunt fox now, so they have to put down scent for the hounds to run after.
Oh, okay.
But
that's not as much fun, I bet.
No, I wouldn't expect. But
I bet the fox are glad.
Oh yeah, they're sitting there. They're boo boo. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we did that. We came back. We had lunch or whatever. And then the Boxer Day gifts came out. It's like, do
Oh.
these people keep giving and giving? I mean, it was a blast.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I sort of have the same thing. I just don't, it all depends on where I am. I can be in Spain, I can be in England, and I was in France 2 Christmases ago.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, the Alps. It was beautiful.
Oh,
It was just beautiful. So, we do have exciting lives or good lives. I can honestly say I have a
yeah.
good life.
Yeah, it is a good life.
I can honestly say I work hard for it, but I have a good life.
Well, yeah, yeah.
You know,
You have to at least work smart.
yeah, and you need to be grateful for what you have, no matter how challenging our situations become, no matter what.
Well,
So,
we set our at some level we set ourselves up for the lessons.
I'm sure we do.
Yeah.
Yes, without getting into deeper detail on that one. But I do wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I want to make sure that so that we don't. Our time gets caught up here so quick. My hour goes so quick.
Yeah.
So I do want to make sure that everyone, I hope you do have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I really do.
With great blessings.
Yes. And you know what? I did look Wikipedia up. Christmas up on Wikipedia.
Oh, did you?
I did. I love it. And it says that Christmas is an annual commemoration of the birth of Jesus Christ and a widely observed holiday celebrated generally on December 21st, December 25th. See, I got the 21st on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
By millions of people around the world.
That's not a coincidence.
No. Maybe he was born on December 21st. Who knows? A feast central to the Christian liturgical year. It closes the Advent season and initiates the 12 days of Christmastide. Christmas is a civil holiday in many of the world's nations. Is celebrated by an increasing number of non-Christians and is an integral part of the Christmas and holiday season. So I hope you all enjoy it. I really do. Sometimes Christmas brings stress.
Well, I think it goes back to trying to keep up with the Joneses myself.
Well, I feel you're very correct.
I think it has to do with instead of giving things, instead of giving of yourself.
Well, yes, and if you are going to give things, stay within with what you can afford.
Yeah.
And I do believe that people are really getting to that point today now, because they mentioned that on the news with the shoppers. I mean, I think last year they did too. Many shoppers are really taking note of how much they pay cash, how much they charge. So that's a good thing.
Well, my parents actually grew up in the Depression, and that put a whole different spin on things because things were more austere. You didn't have a whole lot, and so you learned how to make it more meaningful. Instead of just going out, it's like or gift cards. They're easy, but it doesn't take much thought. Although some people, that would be, it's like taking.
Do you know what they said on the news last night?
What?
They said that it's getting to where people would much rather that you give them cash than to give them a gift card. You know how we can go to Starbucks and get a $10?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're saying that the people would rather have cash.
Well, cash can go farther. It can be used in exchange in a lot more places than just a gift card.
Right. And it could be that maybe if you got someone the gift card and they didn't like it, that's why they would prefer cash. And they could do it themselves.
Yeah, here's a tip. I don't know the site, but I know it's there. Google it. There is a site out there that will allow you to buy somebody's gift card. Mm-hmm. It's like a second market. where they've used some of it and there's maybe some left on it, so you can bid for it or whatever. You're not getting it on the dollar, you're getting it pennies on the dollar.
Oh, okay. I got to think about that real
Yeah.
quick. In other words, somebody didn't use their gift card,
They
so
didn't
you
use
could.
it. They didn't want it, so they'd rather have cash for it.
Uh-huh.
So say like it's at a sporting goods
Oh,
store
okay. Now I
or
understand.
something
So
like
they're out
that.
there bidding on it.
Yeah, it's either a bid or a flat fee. I
So if
haven't
it's
been
a
to the
$10 gift certificate, you might get $8 cash for it, or
yeah,
maybe even
or
5.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a way to be able to go and pick up a gift card, just not full value. It's pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's something to
So
look
there's your
into.
consumer tip for today.
Yes, and we always need tips. We always do.
Yes.
Yeah. Good things. Okay. Now, I have some announcements. Trish, do you have any announcements?
Only the ones that are coming out of your mouth.
You should know my announcements well, since you're the one that puts them out there.
I don't want to steal your thunder, baby.
Wow, the one good thing is I am going to the Villages Thursday, and I will be giving messages, so I'm really happy about that. And I'll be at the Parapsychology Club with an old school teacher friend of mine, and I really enjoy being there. I will also be giving messages at 7 o'clock Thursday evening, 12/27, at the Temple of Light, which is the College of Metaphysical Studies, and it's at 18514 US 19 North. And you can call 727-538-9976. And the other thing is that I'll be doing, I do have one more Thursday at Mystical Sense for December, and then we start all over again for January. And at Mystical Sense, I'll be there on the 27th. And I think that's it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be working Benjamin's studio or not. If I am, I will let you all know. But it was just the 15th. I was there this past Saturday. But I will let everyone know were I to work another day there this month. Okay.
And you are certainly available if somebody is having a Christmas party or something like that, and they want to give it an extra twist.
I am. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Do an event. I could come to your house and do readings while everybody's partying.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Okay. So if anyone would like to have a reader at their party, let me know. Now, 727-597-4022 is the number to please call if you have a question or you would like to give us some input on what we're talking about. Now, I have one more thing that I would like to get Trish and I to talk about, and that's the axis of the earth have shifted. Now, they have, and it means, too, that we are moving a little bit faster. So, Trish, give us some of your input on that, please.
Well, actually, we're talking magnetic north and not physical north. And naturally, it tends to wobble around anyway. But what has been observed over the last few years, even like back in 2003, 2004, when over in Jakarta or Indonesia, they had the earthquake with the tsunami, did a lot of damage. A lot of people exited at that time. It sped up the revolution of the earth. So they found also that had occurred when the Japanese earthquake, the big honking one, honking is a technical term, when that occurred, it sped up the revolution. And I remember, I think it was a couple of years ago, like the 8th of January or something along those lines, out at Tampa International Airport, they actually had to change the numbers on the runways. I don't know if people understand what that means, runways are set at the degrees of the compass, and that's how planes and navigation works. Is as you're coming in, you can see the numbers on the runway, so you know that you're coming down on the correct runway when the tower or whoever tells you which runway to come in.
Yes.
Well, magnetic north had changed enough that they actually had to repaint the numbers to the new degree out at our Tampa International Airport.
I think that's so very interesting. See, that was another tidbit of information that Trish gave to me this morning when we were sitting here talking, and I just find all of that so interesting. And the one thing that we are moving at a very fast pace. We really are. I swear sometimes I feel like my feet no sooner hit the floor and then
the sun's going down.
Yes, yes. And the way that it has been explained to me is that instead of a 24-hour day, that we're actually speeding at 16 hours a day. And when you think about it, it doesn't feel like a 24-hour day sometimes. It feels like our day has gone so fast that, and then we're into the next one. I mean, here it is Christmas already, for goodness sake. And
I don't know how that happened.
I know. It went fast, my whole year.
Oh, yeah. It just seems like it's like I've been in a relationship for a year. And I was talking to another friend. It's like, really? It's already been a year? Yeah, it happened Thanksgiving a year ago. It's like, I don't know what happened to it either.
But it's just whizzing right on by.
Yeah. And talking about, I play things in my mind. We're winging it here.
Yes, we are winging it.
And that's why I talked about the airport.
We're winging it.
Yeah, planes, wings.
Winging. Yes, that was good. I understood that.
Oh, there you go.
I really did. Wow, I hope everybody enjoyed our program today. And Trish, really, I appreciate you being here.
Well, Janet, I really thank you for inviting me. I've enjoyed it. This has been a fun hour already. Already.
That it's finished in 2 minutes. It's too much sometimes. It really is. I enjoy doing this. I really do. And I just want y'all to know, though, that Trish really is a very good artist. She really is. And a social media person. So if there's anything that anybody needs her for, please either contact me or contact Trish. And once more, have a very beautiful Christmas, really. Merry Christmas. I don't have a problem saying that.
Have a happy Christmas.
Yes, a merry, whatever it takes. Just enjoy your day, relax, and we'll worry about paying the bills after New Year's. I can just see it all now. I really can. But it's good. It's really all good.
We've got each other.
That's a good thing, too. We really do. All of us do have. I'm sure all of us have people who take care of us or help us.
Yeah, it's making us stretch and making us become community.
I have to say one thing, though, before we leave. I love the FaceTime. My son gave me an i4 phone to make me learn how to do it, and I love FaceTime. I got to see my grandson, so I'm sure Christmas Day, it'll be magical for me because I'll be able to see them from England.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Small world.
Yes. Yeah, it is. And Bella. God love you, Bella. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you for joining us today on Insight. Join us weekly where we will give spiritual insight, tips, and techniques to aid you on your spiritual journey. May Spirit be with you.